everybody. This is Chris and Carol Green, and we're really thankful to have this opportunity to be able to share with you and let you in on what's been happening with us. Welcome to our podcast. And it's been a minute, and so we want to just take a little bit of time to just tell you what's been happening, what we're doing, and where we see God taking us. This has been quite a journey. I'll just start by saying this much for those of you who don't know anything about Chris and Carol Green. Uh, we are primarily writers, professional writers, songwriters, authors, poets, and then another part of our professional life, because those are the things that you love to do. I heard Denzel Washington say, there are things that you have to do that give you the opportunity to do what you want to do. So there's been a lot of have to do's in our lives. Not that we haven't enjoyed our have to do parts.
That's true.
We go way back. I won't go through a whole big long journey, but we go way back. First of all, we've been married. We got married in December of 1980, December 29th, 1980, at the courthouse in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then we had our wedding 5 days later in my hometown, St. Louis, Missouri, on January the 3rd. So we celebrate the whole week when our anniversary comes around. So I guess you can figure it out from those dates. 1980 going right into 81. We've been married well over 40 years. In fact, our next anniversary will be number 45 for us. 45 years. We have 3 adult children, 3 sons, and 2 of our sons are married, and one of the married sons has 2 daughters, and that's our grandchildren. They live all the way in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So that's our story. Married almost 45 years, 3 grown children, 2 of them are married, and 2 granddaughters. And so,
Quick synopsis.
very, very quick synopsis of us. As far as professional life and ministry life, we've served as youth pastors back in St. Louis, Missouri in the 1990s. And as we came into the new century in 2004, we moved to South Central Pennsylvania, and that's where we've been the past 21 years. And we've served in a number of capacities as a senior pastor of a small local church, and then we shifted at the direction of the Lord, began working in the community. We got certified as life coaches, and then later we got certified as mental health coaches. Then went on to become master mental health coaches with emphasis. Carol's emphasis is in marriage and family, and mine is a crisis response and a trauma and crisis response. And so we have been working in the community. We work with a number of different organizations, an unemployment center, emergency shelter, a reentry organization, an opioid recovery program. We've been involved in the community, just helping different organizations who brought us in to speak to their staff. We worked right through COVID. In fact, we train people in our care, in our life coaching model that we call CARE. Readiness Care is an acronym that stands for compassion, authenticity, respect, and empathy. And when it comes to coaching, that A, instead of it being authenticity, it's accountability when it comes to coaching. So that's a whole lot. Nowhere in the world I can give you all the details, but that's who we are and what we've been doing. And so we've been around for a long time, not only in marriage, but also in ministry and in community work, a very long time. But always with us in the midst of all of that has always been our writing, songwriting, poetry, books. We've written 20 books. I know you're going, wow, yeah, we've done an awful lot, but we're really excited about where we are now in this stage in our life, and especially when it comes to the creative part, due to the explosion of the technology with artificial intelligence. Uh, someone very dear and close to us who was using the technology with music brought it to us, and we were afforded the opportunity to recover and refresh
Mm.
music that we wrote 25, some in some cases 30 years ago.
Yes.
Songs that and music and that we have really I've started to say we've been sitting on, but we haven't been sitting on it. We
No, just set it aside.
just said it as yeah, because it wasn't part. It wasn't. It was no longer a big, huge part of our life like it had been. And since
Yeah,
we've been in South Central Pennsylvania, we've written a little bit.
yeah, but
But
we've gone through, I would the best way that I could put it would be a retooling.
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yes.
Because we were moving in such a different direction. I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
we weren't even in a local church pastors anymore. We were actually in the community, serving in the community.
Mhm.
But while we were going through some of our trials and disappointments and discouragement seasons, we would write
Mhm.
and write songs of worship and
It's
so
always been a part of our lives,
yeah,
even outside of
ministry.
ministry. It's been who we are.
Yeah,
Um,
it's the way we process.
it is.
Yeah.
It's the way we process life. It's a it's a therapy for us to
Yeah,
be able to get it out in a healthy
in a
way.
healthy way. So that's really it. I know there are people who are songwriters for by profession and just out of their gifting, they're always trying to write a hit song and things like that. But that's never been with us. We just simply write because that's what we do. That's the expression that God has given us and gifted us with. So most of the time it was just for us.
Right.
It's just for personally, it was just for us to be able to get through what we were going through. But anyway, um, this dear daughter in the Lord of ours, she's one of our goddaughters, like for real. But she brought us the technology, and so all of a sudden, we found ourselves with the ability to take the original music tracks that we had and upload them onto the AI platform,
Mhm.
and then you have to do something that's called prompts, where you give as much detailed instruction as you possibly can to tell it how you want the lyrics and the harmonies and what type of vocals
To
and
be
all of that.
organized. Yeah.
You do all of that. But and the reason why I share that is because many people kind of push back against artificial intelligence involved in music because there are thousands of people who this technology gives people the ability to just simply uh, type in some lyrics and then it will provide the music, which means AI is writing the music, it's creating the music. And in our case, as it is a number of songwriters who approached artificial intelligence, we already have music. We already have exact melodies,
Yeah.
harmonies, the beat that we want, the line, everything. We
Mhm.
already have it, and some of us have recorded it, like we did in our case. So we just took our original recordings and uploaded it, and then told it what we wanted it to do with that original recording. So the advantage of that is that when you hear our AI music, it's not AI written
No.
music, it's AI enhanced,
Enhanced.
but it's
That's the
not
word.
AI written. It's our
Yes.
melodies. And that's one thing we wanted to make sure. We wanted to still hear the melodies that we wrote, the harmonies that we wrote, the movement, the structure from lyrics to choruses to bridges, the verses, all of that. It's still us.
Right. Right.
But since we can't sing all the parts, you can't play all the instruments. That's what AI did. It's playing the notes that we told it to play.
Right.
It's singing the parts
Mhm.
that we told it to sing. And so our AI music is actually still Chris and Carol's music.
Right.
It's still our sound. And so we're very, very grateful
Oh
for
yeah.
that.
Very pleased.
And so what we did, it was also gave us an opportunity to do something that's been very, very important to us. My mom passed away in September of 2024. And so getting back into the music really helped me to process my grieving. I did a lot of crying as I was working on the music, lots of crying, lots of worshiping. It wasn't just reminiscing about old days. I was literally processing what was happening because
Now.
the lyrics had, as the young people say, the lyrics hit different.
Yes.
Looking back at songs that we wrote
Yes.
20 and 30 years ago,
Yes.
bringing them all out, the lyrics hit different because of what we were going through.
Right. And the lyrics are classic.
Yeah,
They are
they're
timeless.
timeless. And that's what's been, that was the part that was really such a blessing and a big part of it too. So uh, out of that came a desire that really out of my mom's passing and the family being all together, and we had some beautiful, wonderful moments together as a family when we got a chance to get together, nieces, nephews, cousins, aunts, uncles, everybody uh, together, and we had the most wonderful conversation. We were able to have reconciliation between family members. We had, and we knew that the legacy that my mom had established, that we had literally taken the baton,
The next
the
generation.
next
And
generation.
the baton had been passed.
It had been passed. It was just amazing to hear our sons,
Mhm.
as well as their cousins,
Mhm.
talking about what grandma's passing meant to them, and
What they had concluded that they were going to do with the legacy that was left to them, that they were going to choose to walk in it.
yeah,
It was awesome.
that blessed us tremendously.
Yeah.
So now you take it, almost 9 months later,
Mm.
I'm working on this music, and it gave me an opportunity to begin introducing what we called family legacy songs. The first project, we had all these songs and I was putting them out. And so then I wanted to organize them into albums, and each album to have a particular theme. And the first album that we released was love songs, and then the second one we released was a dedication to my mom. And then since then, I put together three more, and so it came to a total of 82, 83 songs, divided up across 5 albums that we took the summer of 2025 to release all 5 of those albums and make them available for people to listen to. And if they want to, they can purchase and download. It's all digital. We did have somebody request, do you guys have that on CD or a disc? Like, no, we're past all of that now. Everything is digital, so people can get it by digital download. And our emphasis was that uh, they are, we call them legacy songs, because this really is all about legacy. We feel like God brought this technology across our path to give us an opportunity to not just recover, recuperate all those songs that have been sitting. It's over 150 of them, and so I've only made it halfway through. Just think about it. We've released 83 songs, 82, 83 songs, and I'm just now I haven't even quite reached the halfway point of all of the stuff that we have. But we wanted to our emphasis is to be able to do what King David did. Some of you know
For
King
Solomon.
David in the Bible. This is what he did for his son Solomon. David wanted to build the temple, but God told him he couldn't because he had been a man of war, a bloody man of war, and the temple needed to be built by someone who had not participated in war and also during a time of peace. And so, because the temple was going to be built in Jerusalem, and Jerusalem is the city of peace. So the temple had to be built in a time of peace.
By a man of peace.
By a man of peace. So so King David, what he did was he left the blueprint, the outline, the designs for the temple, and he left the songs.
All of the provision for all of the
provision. And the money and the provision for it all. So they had the blueprint, they had the publications, and they had the provision. And that's what was used. Solomon used as his guide for building the temple. And so we wanted to be intentional about carrying forth a lasting testament for our family's journey. And music, which is a big part of our entire family. My older brother writes. Both of my older brothers are writers. both my younger siblings, my younger sister and my younger brother, are songwriters. We are a family full of writers and have cousins
Mm-hmm.
that have been involved in the big time in the music industry, both contemporary Christian music scene as well even in secular music. I'm talking about high level
Mm-hmm.
music production. If I were to name some of the artists that they work with through the years, you would know exactly who they are. Um, so music and creativity has been a big part of my family on both sides, both my mom and my dad's side of the family. And but we wanted to start the process of having legacy songs that could serve as a musical time capsule. You know how people use time capsule, they put all kinds of special things in there and it gets buried, and then years later you open it up and you're able to get an idea as to what life was like back during that time. And so music does that. Music is absolutely a time capsule. When people hear it, it takes them right back to the moment in time when they first heard it. And so um, we feel like these musical time capsules, even though our children or any of my grandchildren won't have any idea what life was like for us back in the 90s, early 2000s, still the lyrics and the spirit of it is what we want uh, them for them to
To
get a hold.
grasp.
We want them to get that.
Right. The lyrics are based on biblical principles, if
Yeah.
they are not word for word from the Bible.
Yeah.
But they are biblical principles that we want passed along to the next generation. And they have been some of the favorite songs even of our children.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about our grandchildren. Our son, well, even before we did this project, he was playing the original tracks
Mhm.
for our granddaughters,
Mhm.
and they were loving it. They were
Yes.
loving the original
Yes.
tracks.
and this was written by grandmom and grandpa.
Yeah.
There was, so they immediately connected
Yeah.
to the music.
And I'm thinking, like, for instance, my older brother, one of his grandsons, when he heard the music, this is what he had to say. He said, "Oh, so this is where I come from." And
Right.
that's what we're talking about.
Right.
He was able, just listening to it, he made the connection.
Mhm.
I'm sure he has some of the same giftings within him,
Mhm.
and he recognized it when he heard the music.
Mhm.
He recognized what's in him.
Mhm.
My sister has grandchildren, and she said my grandchildren love this music,
Mhm.
and she said they go crazy over these songs, and she named 3 of the songs that her grandchildren really really love. And even ever since we've released it, and it is live online and available,
Mhm.
um, but ever since it was we released it, our first project, the love songs, we released those in June, and then in July we released the second project, and that was the dedication to my mom. And then in the weeks that followed, we released uh,
Other
the
legacy
third, the
album.
fourth, and the fifth one. The fifth one was released on August the 1st of 2025.
Mhm.
And so it's just been a summer of releasing these legacy songs, and people have been, it's really resonated with people. On our website, someone came in anonymously and left a message and said, "This music is a treasure," and rated it a 5 out of 5 stars. Another person came in and said, "This music is anointed and timeless." And I love the way they put this phrase. They said, it's simply a beautiful massage for the senses." And they said, "I can't get enough." Um, and so we're sharing that with you, not to try to convince you to purchase it and all of that, but to be thinking in terms of uh, ways that you can pass on and leave a beautiful legacy for your family,
Yes.
and practical, tangible ways. And maybe this music can help. In fact, one of the projects is specifically written for our generation. We're called the baby boomers. It's written specifically for boomers, to boomers, and it puts words on emotions and feelings and thoughts that we as boomers have, and things that we want to say, would love to be able to say to our children and grandchildren. So we believe there's something in there for
Everybody,
it.
for every generation, really.
Yeah. So that's what we have released. And then I'm thinking about the fifth one, the one that we did release on August the 1st. It's called This Time, and those are the songs that were written after we had been living here in Harrisburg about 5-6 years. We were really going through. I'm telling you, we were going through, and so we called it a wilderness. We were in the wilderness, and so we gathered all of our songs that we wrote. We call those songs songs from the wilderness.
Yeah.
To those of you who may be going through the wilderness,
Yeah.
and we just heard from someone just last night that how much they love that particular project because of what they're going through in their life right now. And
Yeah.
a couple of the songs are really, really ministering to them
Where they are.
where they are right now. And so we know that music can do that, songs can do that, and that's what we're hoping and praying and trusting that they will do for you.
Yeah.
So the next time we get back together, we're going to talk to you about our first project, which is called I Do It Again. It was the love songs. So join with us next time we get together. We're gonna talk about that and get into that. All right. We'll see you next time.